Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Soper Reese Theater for the 4th annual One Team, One Dreams Hand Up Lake County Business Competition. This gala is the final competition. Let's welcome on stage with a big round of applause our signature performer, Gwen Van Wyck, dancing to Adele's Sweetest Devotion.
With your loving, there ain't nothing that I can't adore. The way I'm running with you, honey, is we can break every law. I find it funny, but you're the only one I never look for. There is something in your loving that tears down my walls. I wasn't ready then, I'm ready now. I'm headed straight for you. You will only be eternally the one that I belong to. The sweetest
And now, please welcome, if you will, One Team, One Dreams Board Director and owner of our vineyard, Monica Rosenthal.
Thank you all for that warm welcome, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hands Up Lake County Small Business Competition 2023. As Bert said, I'm Monica Rosenthal, and I'm excited to be here for our 4th annual gala event. From day one, when I saw an article in the paper written by Olga Martin-Steele explaining or talking about this project, I got excited about it then. I served as a judge for the first mini competition, and then somehow I ended up on the board. The reason why I'm on the board is because this is a program with a goal, with action, and with results. The passion, the inspiration, and the commitment of the Lake County entrepreneurs and small businesses that you will see in just a few moments is off the charts. We will see how they are making a difference for themselves, their families, and their communities in this county. But before we get into those presentations, I'd like to say a few words about Mary Ann Schmidt and Olga Martin-Steele. They are the founders of One Team, One Dream. It is their vision and their commitment that gave life to One Team, One Dream and makes this event here today possible. Their idea came from the ashes of fire and the entrepreneurial spirit of Shark Tank, a reality TV series that's a favorite of Mary Ann Schmidt's. From that idea, these two women started a nonprofit. They enlisted board members and convinced the community members, many of you here, to invest their time, energy, and dollars into growing the Lake County economy. With the support of our sponsors, we are going to award $120,000 to businesses today. Since 2020, One Team, One Dream has steadily raised the bar for this program. From the application process to this afternoon's gala event, every participant travels on a journey to build a better, more sustainable, and resilient business. 20 of the top applicants, of which there were, I think about 70 this year? 68. 20 of those were selected to attend a full-day workshop with instructor Steve O'Mara. Following the workshop, then they attended a mini competition, of which then 8 were selected to be here this evening. In that process, they go through basically the business plan, financials, marketing, strategies, competition, identifying their competition, networking, sustainability, and most importantly, how to pivot in time of crisis. They also attend a pitch lab, which again, those 8 contestants that are here tonight, they attended a pitch lab, which then once again, they review their business plan and their model and give it thought so that they're prepared to introduce their business to you today. There is also an accountability factor. One Team, One Dream will work with the Lake County Chamber of Commerce and others to follow up with the businesses and make sure we have success and results. At this time, I'd like to thank the participants for their unwavering commitment to this program. I'd also like to thank all of you sponsors that make this possible, and also thank and welcome the judges. Buckle up for a truly amazing and inspiring afternoon that will leave you with a tremendous amount of hope and exciting dreams for the Lake County's future. And with that, I'd like to ask you to give a warm welcome to my friend and to the chair and co-founder of One Team, One Dream, Olga Martin-Steele.
So thank you, Monica, for that very nice introduction. And thank all of you for being here today. So I want to start by introducing our judges. From my left to right, Julie Golden, who with her husband is owner of Golden Vineyards and the Golden Pig Restaurant in Hopland. Thank you for joining us today, Julie. Scott Johnson, who is a CEO with Community First Credit Union. Welcome. And next, I want to introduce Colleen Asawapizikun. How'd I do? And Colleen is the president of Adventist Health Clear Lake. So welcome to Colleen as well. So, okay, the process. We're gonna invite the presenters up. We're gonna start with the startup businesses. A startup business is a business that has either about to get started or has started within the year. So they're under a year in business. And then we'll proceed with what we call the established businesses, and they have varying numbers of years in business. It's a timed presentation, 10 minutes. And we do a hard stop at 10 minutes. They've all been through a live rehearsal, so they know. And Melinda Price, who's last year's first place winner, there. I am ready to introduce to you our first contestant. And I want to ask Claire and Michael Zimmerman to join me on stage. They own Busy Bees Preschool. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Mike.
And my name is Claire, and we are Busy Bees Preschool, small hands that change the world.
Okay, so to start us off, the first thing we had to figure out was our name. We wanted something that was inclusive, that kind of included our whole family. So we came up with this acronym BUSY, which stands for both of our sons' names, Braden and Isaac, and also our last name, Zimmerman. So we went with that, and it kind of held us all together. Now, who we are and where we started.
We are a family-based preschool out of Kelseyville, Riviera, and we are here to offer the best preschool education to everybody around the lake. And we have people that come from Kelseyville, Lakeport, Nice, Lucerne, Clear Lake, everywhere around the lake.
is our purpose and what led us to this?
I have been working with kids and students since I was 15 years old, and that was the start to where I wanted to be today. I started as a daycare assistant and would help with homework. I'd help with playtime, outside play, really anything they needed. That soon led me to be a nanny. I was a nanny for many years. And then I was also a paraeducator on the side and would work with all different ages in the elementary school age. I was also a dance instructor, and I still am today, to ages 2 and up. And I am a mom to 3 beautiful children, 2 of which helped us to start our business. And the reason why we wanted to offer a preschool, I knew I wanted to teach them the best education, and I also want that for everybody else around the lake.
And my purpose and what brought me here, a little background, is I come from a construction background. So my purpose in all of this was to build and make her dreams come true. Anything that she saw for this business was my responsibility to make happen. Now, how we started and where we started.
We started in September of 2022 last year in 110 square feet. Believe it or not, we made it work. We started with our own 2 children and 1 other student. I only had 3 to start, and it quickly grew. We then, in December of 2022, were able to purchase a table. It might just be a small dream, but we purchased that table for 6 students. And I always told myself that I needed to dream big, start small, but most of all, start. And that's what led us to our next dreams.
Now, where we are today, as of December, when we decided we really needed to upgrade our size and expand everything for the kids, we decided to renovate our backyard. So we leveled off a spot. As you can see up in the top left, that's our before picture. It's heavily sloped, not very safe for the children to be playing in. So we leveled it, put turf, fenced it in, and we started acquiring play structures and other playground equipment for the kids to be entertained, to be able to go outside and actually release some of that energy. And on the right, up above, in the top right corner, is the before of our garage. Just kind of a catch-all space at the time. We decided to renovate that and develop that into a functional preschool where we could get another table and desks and cubbies to contain all of the toys and equipment that came with running a daycare preschool.
We are continuously reinvesting into my preschool business, and there is still so much room for more growth, which we'll see soon.
Now the breakdown, the money profit number.
So to the right, you can see our pie chart here. It kind of gives you a percentage of what we spend each month in our taxes, our profit, our supplies, our expansion reinvestment costs. That would be the money we're putting back into what we spent on the garage, building it out, and our cleaning yard expenses. If you notice, there isn't really anything else for the overhead costs. That's the fun part about having a business out of your home. You don't have all this extra overhead you have to pay for. It was already something we were already paying for as a house payment and our regular bills. Nothing changed. Our monthly breakdown as of June was, we started off at $4,200 a month with 6 students, 4 days a week. And we put 25% away for taxes, which is higher than what we need to, but we look at it like whatever is left after we pay our taxes is just going to go towards our savings. So there's no bad part to doing that. We also have our supplies fee, $250. That's what I put towards our curriculum every month. So I have a set curriculum for my students, and that might be for any extra paper or supplies needed. We have our expansion reinvestment cost of $500, which, like I said, is going towards what we spent on the garage to build it into our preschool room. And we have our cleaning yard expense of $130.
Now, Ms. Claire, is there anything you would like to discuss or?
We have great news. I have great news. We have expanded as of this month. So I'm really excited to share that. I have 10 to 12 students per day now. And we are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 1. I was able to add another $4,200 per month, and I was able to hire on my first employee. and that costs us about $1,600 per month. And we're really excited because there's more room for growth. There's so much more room for growth.
Now, our plans for the money reinvesting into our business.
We plan on expanding our garden area. It's a huge thing for our preschool that we are excited to be able to offer. Now, we started with this small garden here you can see on the side with our children. It's a tiny little garden on the side of our house, and we decided to give it a try and see how it would go. What we realized quickly was growing these fruits, vegetables, plants, flowers, it teaches students delayed gratification. Why is that important? It's important because you need that. You need to teach them that in order for their future. It helps students to grow. It helps them to learn what life is going to be like in the future. We plan on using an excavator. We want to give each student their own planter box. We have our gardening tool sets per student. Of course, we need to get the fruits and vegetable plants, and that runs about $4,800.
And one of the other things that we are very interested in kind of pinpointed on was the concrete that leads from our preschool into the play area. The last few rainy days we've noticed how much dirt has been brought back into the schoolroom from the kids. So we're looking to lay down some concrete and some fresh steps that lead the kids right into the play area. But our biggest thing that we've talked about is a shade structure. So over the summer, it's 100+ degrees up in the Riviera. There's no tall trees to shade the backyard. So we noticed that the kids were complaining that the slides get really hot when their butt goes down off the bottom of it. Not fun for them. So we want to be able to give them an area they can play in and be safe and not have to worry about any potential hazards.
And we also want to use that for the winter time. So as I started to do my research, I realized there are really no programs that offer a play structure area for winter time. We of course have it during the good seasons when it's bright and sunny outside, but there wasn't anything offered when it's raining or snowing. We get snow in the ribs sometimes, and it would be amazing to have a solid structure over because
For a show of hands, how many people have tried to contain kids inside on a rainy day? More than one child. It is very tough.
lots of energy. So that's why we'd like to offer that and think it's a great idea for our program.
And one last thing, certainly not the least of the importance, is when we go back into the preschool room, we need more materials for the kids to actually use, such as?
We need light pads for our students. I practice writing numbers and letters with my students. We do it on paper, but students need different things to engage. They always need new things. It's always good to break it up. We need puzzles, school supplies, musical instruments. The list goes on and on and on. And that was an estimated cost of $1,000 plus.
Technical difficulties.
I would like to end by sharing and saying thank you. Everything we do is for the students at my preschool. I'm constantly looking at better ways to improve my school. And it's all about the kids. This whole grant would be put towards them. So thank you very much for your time and welcome to Busy Bees Preschool.
Okay, so we invite you to stay on stage, and I'll look to the judges to see if we have any questions for you.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. Do you have any costs associated with licensing fees?
We do. So I first paid, it was about $140 to get licensed when I had 6 students. And now that I've expanded to 10 to 12 students, I can have up to 14. It was actually only another $20 for me to expand. And the licensing fees are, you can upgrade your license, and that's only every few years that you have to do it, and it's only like a $40 fee. So other than that, there's no other fees that are involved.
Thank you also for your presentation. I know how difficult it is to speak in public when you're not accustomed to it. So a couple of things that resonated about your presentation. Thought you did a good job of defining which market is, which is everyone around the lake. That made sense to me, easy to understand. You also talked about growth. You want to make this thing bigger over time, be able to serve more families. One thing I did not see in your operating budget was marketing costs. How do you plan to build awareness to facilitate your growth longer term?
I fully market on Facebook. It has been a huge way for me to market my business. That's how I've gotten all of our students. And I also market through word of mouth. I am a dance instructor, so there's 200 students there, and word of mouth spreads really fast in Lake County. So I figured my preschool would not be expanding as fast as it did, and we already have a waiting list going, but I'm only taking 10 to 12 at the moment just because we feel that's a good start for right now, and we will expand from there.
Good afternoon, and thank you again for your presentation. I'm going to add on to Scott's question a little bit. So when you talk about growth, your current capacity without having to build out more of your home or for more space or look for more space, how many children could you currently serve in your current location?
We can have up to 14, and I'm only currently open Monday through Thursday, so I would like to add on Fridays as well with the growth. And then there's different things that we've kind of looked into, like we can expand hours, or there's just many different ways that we could expand without having to take on more students, but being able to offer more to the students we have. So our program is very different than most businesses. You're looking for more ways to make more money, but I'm more so looking for more growth of things. My growth is to offer what I can offer to my students I have. So I'm trying to make our preschool the best that's out there and be able to offer something that I think is really important for all the kids here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, next on deck, I want to welcome Linda Steele. Linda Steele owns Lake County Signs and Banners right here in Lakeport. Linda?
Signs of life. There are no happy endings. Endings are the saddest part. So just give me a happy middle and a very happy start. Children's author Shel Silverstein. My name is Linda Steele, and I've lived in Lake County for over 25 years. I've successfully raised 5 children here in this little out-of-the-way county we call home. 7 years ago, off the jagged coast of Mendocino, my husband of 17 years, Lake County Deputy Sheriff Jake Steele, and my youngest son were swept into the ocean by a rogue wave on a family outing. Thankfully, my son was rescued. 3 days later, my husband would be declared brain dead. I tell you this because it is a defining moment in my history. My children and this man's love made me who I am today. When my husband died, I had to go back to the basics. After a time, I surrounded myself with making, designing, building, and volunteering. Creativity was how I coped with the dramatic changes in my life. Lake County Signs and Banners was born out of the ashes of my very personal loss. It took me 7 very long years to get here before you today. This is the story of my perseverance. Creativity is now my livelihood. As Shel Silverstein would say, it's a happy start. My professional background is varied. I have a business degree. I've been a secretary, a professional photographer, a home remodeler, an IT guru, an analyst, and a graphic designer. Lake County Signs and Banners is a new business located in Lakeport. We're an LLC and primarily a business-to-business company that provides graphic design solutions, custom signage, branded merchandise, event backdrops, and props. 2 family party planners, local small businesses, community and local event organizers, schools and educational institutions, and nonprofit and religious organizations. Our design services ensure that every product reflects the brand identity and objectives of our clients. We are focused on exceptional customer service at an affordable price. We have a small warehouse in the south end of Main Street in Lakeport. We're equipped with a full wood shop, including a CNC computer-controlled router and a 70-watt laser engraver. We have just added a 60-inch wide format printer, and we currently own all of our equipment. Our goal was to keep our overhead low and strategically position ourselves to pivot in any direction that the market would dictate. Lake County Signs and Banners was founded to meet the specific needs of our rural county with a passion for design and a deep understanding of the local community, the local market. We aim to fill the gap in the industry. Our competitive advantage. We stand out due to our strong local presence, personalized solutions. Our distributor privileges allow us to offer many products and services made in the United States, making us a one-stop shop for advertising and promotional needs. Our specialties are graphic design, signs, banners, event backdrops, props, and photo booth rentals. Our website offers all manner of promotional products. This allows us to offer a diverse range of products and services beyond what we can do in-house. This is our solution to overcoming the one-woman show, if you will. Our outsourcing will remain with local makers and service providers in the United States, as this is very important to us. Our marketing. To attract our targeted segments of small businesses, community organizations, and local event organizers, we will implement the following advertising strategies: social media, local advertising, local event sponsorships, search engine optimization, and word of mouth. Visual communication is here to stay. There's very little competition from established signage and printing companies in the region, as we currently offer the missing products and services that have not been offered in years with the closures of longtime businesses. We are confident in our unique offerings, personalized approach, competitive pricing, as well as online solutions, which differentiate us from our competitors. Businesses and community organizers will always need effective and affordable signage solutions. Our income projections for years 1 through 3, we anticipate generating $100,000 in revenue in our first year. With our brick and mortar shop and our online presence, we expect a 10% growth rate. To reach $100,000 in revenue, we will have to make approximately $385 a day based on a 5-day week. This is easily achievable, as some of our more popular products, such as banners, range from $85 to $300, depending upon the size. A-frame sidewalk signs and advertising flags are around $170. Our 4x8 signs average $500. We will have 2 types of backdrops. The first is personalized printing on foam core, such as character cutouts for children's birthday parties, and full body photos of grandma and grandpa for the 50th wedding anniversary, which retail for $80 to $150. And wood backdrops, which will rent for $350 for a 3-panel array. In the coming months, we will add photo booth rentals and DIY balloon arches, such as you see here. This will keep us competitive when the market slows for business signage. We are confident in our ability to achieve financial success and contribute to the growth of our community. How are we going to use the prize money? We are confident that you will see the value of our proposal and award Lake County Signs and Banners the prize money. We will continue to invest in ourselves by saving for a UV printer, which will allow us to double what we do in-house currently. This will allow us to print directly on surfaces such as wood, metal, and plastic to full wall murals, further increasing what we can offer our community at a lower price point. Thank you, judges, sponsors, and One Team, One Dream, for this opportunity to speak before you today.
Well done, Linda. And now we're going to allow the judges some time to do some follow-up questions. And I'm going to start with Scott Johnson.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate the projections, the growth projections, the income projections on the financial side. Just one question and a related question. Is the business cash flow positive today? And what are your plans for working capital if the projections don't materialize with respect to growth projections and income projections to keep the business afloat?
Okay, so the first one, we've only been open for 6 weeks. I have not even started advertising, and we've already grossed somewhere around $5,000. I still have a pretty healthy savings account on top of owning all of our own equipment currently.
Thank you, and thank you, Linda, for your presentation. My question really is around employees. I know you stated that with some of your growth, you're outsourcing that, but here and staying within America. Do you currently have any employees, and do you anticipate growth with having to hire more employees, and how soon would that be?
That's a good question. We've only been open for 6 weeks. In anticipation of growing faster than we can keep up with demand, I have distributor privileges as well as wholesale printers that I can rely on to basically clone myself, if you will, when there's too much growth in too little amount of time. That way my customers are taken care of, and it still gives me a little bit of profit, not nearly as much as I would doing it in-house, but I'm able to satisfy the needs of my community.
Julie, Golden?
Thank you for your presentation. How do you compete with neighboring counties? Because as a business owner myself, I often go online at night.
It's a very valid question. I have the website that I do have. You can go on and order a banner, a flag, a sidewalk sign, just about anything that you need at any hour of the night. Those are the abilities that I've set myself up to where our website has those abilities for the people that do it yourself, but still would like to keep it, within the community. So that's kind of a halfway point, if you will. And then, of course, SEO and marketing that website as well.
All right, judges. Okay, I want to thank Linda Steele. Thank you, Linda, so much. Next, I want to welcome to the stage Cinnamon Van, Wine in the Willows.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cinnamon Van, and my business is Wine in the Willows. What we're doing at Wine in the Willows is striving to become Lake County's friendliest little wine bar and bottle shop, showcasing local wines and local art. Our vision is to create a unique setting where people can gather, feel welcomed, feel they've received excellent hospitality, and all the while creating an unpretentious setting. I'm going to jump right into who we are and what we're all about. We have a unique niche in the Lake County business community. There is not another business doing exactly what we're doing, which is showcasing local wines in a wine bar setting. We have an on-sale and off-sale liquor license, which allows us to sell in-house while providing service, as well as bottle sales to go. We also offer a gourmet small bites menu that complements the wine and encourages people to gather and linger with their friends. In addition to our primary revenue stream of wine sales, we offer classes and events. We've set up a membership system to reward our most loyal customers, and create recurring business from them as well. And finally, we showcase local artists and sell their art and provide a setting for local musicians to perform. We're located just 2 blocks from here, right next to Historic Library Park, in a very charming 1935 building. As you can imagine, our clientele is 21 plus, but we welcome visitors and locals alike. And I'm going to jump right into our financials so you can see how we've done since startup. You can see we've had an upward growth trend, and we've been working very hard to build a strong foundation for our business. We have had some ups and downs, as you can see. I'm going to get into that a little bit more here. So our gross revenue to date, which is the end of August, was just over $66,000. Of that, our cost of goods sold was about 50%, leaving us with a 50% margin. And as you can see, our expenses exceeded our revenue by about $2,000 so far this year. And our sales in the pie chart, about 70% of our sales is in wine, by the glass and by the bottle, 25% is food, and 5% has come from our special events and art sales. For our expenses, about 75% of our expenses to date have been in operations and cost of goods. 25% was in our startup expenses, and some of those, of course, are one-time. Some of them will be recurring, but in a lower amount. A large part of that was decided to demo and remodel the kitchen that was existing in the building. And then we've also needed to set up the business accounting point of sale system and enhance our inventory. Additionally, we purchased equipment and furnishings to improve the building. So that is our picture so far. Marketing is obviously a huge part of letting people know we're here, letting people know we're open for business. Our philosophy about that has been to strive to build an excellent reputation, both online and off, with our customers as well as our vendors. We've been working hard to expand our visibility, largely using social media, as well as sponsorships and donations to community organizations such as the Lake County Theater Company and the Symphony. And then looking at the market landscape that we're operating in, we don't really see the wine industry as our competition. We see ourselves as a complement to the wine industry that exists and is growing in Lake County. We do offer one of the most extensive selections of local wines under any one roof. This allows us to be a one-stop shop for people, particularly visitors who come to the county and want to experience our fantastic wines without necessarily having to drive long drives around the lake. Additionally, we serve as a retail and tasting experience for those wineries that don't have a local wine tasting room, such as Rosa de Oro and Obsidian Ridge. If you look at the other businesses in this space, the wineries and tasting rooms, by their very nature, only focus on their own products. They do have limited hours, and there can be these long drives. Local bars, there are no local bars providing the same atmosphere we do, as well as the same selection with the focus on showcasing Lake County wines. And finally, many of our great local restaurants do have a great wine list, but their focus is on their food, and oftentimes their markup is much higher than ours. And when I talk about really striving to establish a great local reputation, online and off, I just wanted to give you a sampling of some of our great reviews that we've gotten on Google and Yelp, give you some highlights. We've been called the most hip new spot in Lake County. We've been complimented for our variety of local wines. Some people have been delighted by our wine and food. And Thomas P. of Fair Oaks said we had great service and a cozy spot. These things tell us we're on track and starting to implement our vision. For most of 2030, we've really worked hard to lay a foundation for a sustainable, growing business. And that means working on improving our visibility. It also means establishing our membership program, increasing our bookings for private events, and then also expanding the wine selection. Next year, we hope to offer a wine club, which is a labor-intensive endeavor, but it will help with another revenue stream and increase our sustainability. We're also planning to partner with local businesses such as caterers to continue offering more special events. Looking into the crystal ball, 2025 and beyond, we're really going to be listening to our customers and listening to the wine industry to see how we can adapt and change and improve our services. And then a little bit about me and my partner, Scott, who's back in there somewhere. I was born and raised here in Lakeport. I was gone for many years. During that time, I founded and operated 2 businesses. My experience with food and wine comes from my many-year involvement with Slow Food Sacramento. And then my claim to fame locally was that I was Clarence Cardinal, the Clear Lake High School mascot. Scott has lived in Lake County for 15 plus years, and he brings 2 decades of hospitality management experience. And his local claim to fame was that he was the undefeated Green Knight in local jousting for many years. So on that note, we have focused on our community engagement. We spent the last several months building up goodwill with our customers, with our clientele, and with our vendors. What we hope to do with the award, we hope to hire 1 to 2 employees. This will help make us have backup in case we're sick, will help us during really busy times, and will help our business be more sustainable. We also plan to upgrade the bar and furnishings so we have better comfort, safety for our clients, as well as being a more desirable event venue. And finally, we'd like to expand our advertising so we can increase our visibility and foot traffic. That all being said, we're poised for growth, and we believe that this award will help propel us to the next level. Thank you, judges and sponsors.
Now we're going to turn to the judges for questions, all questions. Julie Golden is going to start.
Thank you for your presentation. It's quite ambitious. I have had a wine shop in Hopland since 2015. And with the ups and downs and employees and traffic, how do you believe, since the new generation of wine buyers is turning away from alcohol? And so are you planning your growth on not the new generation of established local individuals, or what are you planning your growth on?
So we are looking at we are currently catering to an older demographic, but we are looking at the realities of the wine industry going younger and going away from alcohol. We do have some non-alcoholic wines coming, and we offer quite a selection of creative non-alcoholic beverages. One thing I forgot to mention is that we've established a trivia night, which is really bringing in a younger generation. It's also creating recurring, repeat customers and bringing recurring revenue to us.
Okay. Scott Johnson, next.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. Appreciate the clarity and a compliment to the wine industry. That was helpful for me. You laid out plans for 2024 and 2025. The company right now is not cash flow positive, not generating positive earnings. Do you have any financial projections to accompany 24 and 25 to show when the company would become cash flow positive, what that looks like?
Yes, I think we're actually right on the cusp. And some of that negative cash flow really was those early capital investments that were higher than we had estimated. So we are right there. We hope by next year to actually double our income through these recurring revenue streams that we are working on, which are our special events. We had a harvest celebration yesterday that brought in, had a really good day, and those bring in tourists, those bring in our locals, they get to try new things. So we're constantly trying to figure out ways, first of all, for sustainability and then for growth. So we are hoping to double that revenue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cinnamon, Wine in the Willows.
Thank you.
Go. Next, we're going to present to you 5 established businesses, and they are in a separate category. They've been in business for any number of years. They will tell you all about that, and I am now looking to bring on stage Eric and Crystal Parkheiser. And Eric and Crystal own Eric's Oil Change and Repair. So you guys are welcome to the stage, and we'll start the timing now.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Eric Parkheiser. My wife Crystal and I are the owners of Eric's Oil Change and Repairs. I found out at an early age that I had a calling in the automotive world. Been working as an automobile repair technician for over 20 years now, and currently hold my ASE certifications, which stand for Automotive Service Excellence, and also have a trade school diploma in automotive repair. Crystal and I purchased a home in Kelseyville back in April of 2020 and settled here in Lake County. At that time, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, my previous position as an automotive mechanic in Santa Rosa had ended, and we decided it was time to open our own business. Eric's Oil Change and Repairs is located at 2544 East Highway 20 in the small town of Nease on the north shore of Clear Lake. Some people recognize the facility that we're in as the old Hillside Honda building. We are open for business from Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and also on Saturdays from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Our trade slogan is having a passion for honesty and quality. We opened the shop in January of 2021. We are locally owned and operated. Our main interest is helping the local customers reach their destination in a safe and effective vehicle. We are also a full repair shop. A lot of people think that we are only an oil change facility, but we are also a full repair facility as well. According to Caltrans statistics, about 10,000 commuters pass our business daily along Highway 20. As I mentioned, we are a full service facility. Some of the work we do there is check engine light diagnoses, engine repair and maintenance. We do full vehicle inspections for customers. We also work on suspension and brake systems, clearly do oil and fluid changes, and we are slowly getting into the tire replacement and repair business, which we think is going to grow into a much larger part of the business. When we first started, I was the sole employee, and I was doing all the administrative tasks and the repairs on the vehicles. We literally just had a very small one bay, one lift, and I went to work. And customers came in right away. We just put a banner out by the freeway saying we're here to repair your vehicles, and people came in and responded very positively. We've done very well. Now Crystal was able to quit her full-time job and join me at the shop full-time, and she is now doing the administrative work there. Very helpful. The business has expanded to 2 full bays and 2 lifts to help service the community, and we recently acquired the front building as well, which has effectively doubled our shop space. We would like to turn that into a tire center. We also put up this formal sign out by the freeway so people can see we're here to stay. And a little fun fact, we did win a voter contest for Best of Lake and Mendocino County this year, a silver medal for the category Oil and Lube. Some of our future plans. As I mentioned, we do want to turn that front unit we rented into a full tire center, offer tire inventory for customers that pull on in. And we may get an alignment lift. It's very expensive equipment, but we're looking to get that set up as well. Lake County is very hot during summertime, and we have not been able to offer air conditioning services. We get a lot of phone calls for that, and we would like to purchase an air conditioning machine as well so we can begin offering those services in our area. We recently hired our first employee, and we are looking to hire more. Once we get the tire center up and running, we're going to need help. And that includes, hopefully, like I mentioned, the alignment lift.
Our target market are customers in Nice and the surrounding areas of Lake County. Some people traveling through Lake County using Highway 20. How we reach those customers, we have our website, Eric's Oil Change and Repairs. Social media, obviously, we have a Facebook. We've done a Yellow Pages ad. We also have an advertisement on the Buckingham Golf Course yardage cards, as well as sponsoring local Lower Lake Elementary Color Run last year and this year as well. Some of our previous marketing we've done, we actually did a 1-year radio ad with the Bicoastal Media radio station. We've sponsored Lakeport Speedway race car drivers, and we also donate oil changes for raffle prizes to other local nonprofit organizations. Some of our direct competition here in Lake County are other oil and fluid centers, Freaky Fast Oil Change, and Express Lube. It sets us apart from those other businesses. Number one, we strive every single day to have the best customer service, making sure customers are welcome and it's a friendly environment, answering and returning phone calls in a timely manner, scheduling, writing estimates, ordering parts and fluids ahead of time to make sure customers are in and out efficiently. That all is part of the customer service at our shop. We also offer repairs along with the oil changes. We often hear customers are so thankful we're right around the corner. So many people come from across the street and just down the road, and they're very grateful to have us so close. Another big one that sets us apart, we're open on Saturdays. So, for the working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, they really appreciate that we're there on Saturdays. We actually have a handful of return customers that come from Middletown, Cobb Mountain on Saturdays specifically because we're there. And when needed, I do provide a shuttle service for our customers who are scheduled to have big labor repair jobs as well. Here's a pie chart from our sales in 2022. We have found that when customers come in for oil changes, there's a big need for repairs on their vehicles. So 83% of our sales from 2022 are the labor and repair jobs. 14% are the oil changes, and then a small percent last year when we just started tire repairs. 3% for tire sales. Here's a quick breakdown of our oil change cost and profit. A conventional oil change, our cost is $19.60. Listed at $50, the profit per oil change is $30.30. For a synthetic oil change, our cost is $24.60. Listed at $75 even, the profit is $50.40 per oil change. Repair jobs are billed by the hour. Our current labor rate is $120, and we also offer senior and veteran discounts for our community. Here's a bar chart of our gross profit. Our first year we did really well, just over $100,000. Our second year we were at about $145,000. And our third year about $165,000. And I do project by 2027, we will be at over $400,000. That's with a 33% profit. With the cash prizes from today's event, we plan on starting our tire inventory, obviously, if we're in 5th place. And 4th place will include hiring more employees because Eric needs the help, can't be 2 places at once. In 3rd place, we will include, start purchasing some of the machines we need, the air conditioning recharge machine. And 2nd, we will do all of the above, including uniforms. We want to look professional. We want our employees to feel part of the team as well. And in 1st place, we will purchase big equipment, an alignment machine and rack for the new front space of our building. That concludes our presentation. Thank you, judges, very much for being here today and taking the time, and the One Team, One Dream for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we're going to take a few minutes to do some follow-up questioning, and I'll look to the judges. I see who wants to go first. We're going to start with Colleen.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and great to see somebody serving that area of the lake in Nice. My question relates to, with the construction and the expansion of the roadways over on the Lakeport side, this side of the lake, with what I'm hearing is an anticipation of attempting to have more people come that direction around the lake. How do you, if that's true, if it were to change some of the flow of the traffic patterns away from the Nice area, how do you feel that that would impact your business, or have you thought of that and do you have a plan for that already?
You know, interestingly, I haven't really brought that into the forefront of thought, but that being said, the local community in Nice has really responded well to the shop. You know, we've got people coming from Clear Lake Oaks area all the way through Lucerne and then up into Upper Lake. There's only one other shop servicing that entire section of the lake. So because of that, we get a pretty steady customer base. You know, we try to remember people's names and people appreciate that. They come back for repeat service. We really haven't found a whole lot of commuter traffic stopping in. A lot of times they come in for, you know, a nail in the tire or something, but a lot of our repeat business is from the local community.
What I know, there's a lot of problems with environmental issues. How are you looking at your waste disposal when you're saying you have the profit of $30 or something on with your 120? You're talking about your labor hours, but I really don't see any overhead. I don't see administrative costs. I don't see waste, environmental waste disposal for the oils and AC. If you're moving into the AC business, the refrigerant disposal is extremely high in California. And how do you expect to, make up those expenses and manage that? There needs to be some type of, are you going to do it yourself or you're going to hire a compliance person to do that, and where's that cost going to be?
That's a good question, thank you. Regarding the oil changes, there is a $5 disposal fee included in that, so that helps go towards our disposal fees. I don't have anybody helping me with that right now. I just call the company myself. We have a company called Safety Clean. They come out when needed, and the $5 from the oil changes tends to cover our disposal cost at this time. As it picks up, that may change, but we can always adjust accordingly.
Also, the answer to that question for the air conditioning, recycling equipment, the machine that we're looking to purchase actually contains all the R134 refrigerant that comes out of the car, and it's also reused to re-inject the proper poundage on the vehicle. So yeah, it's very much a needed device if we're going to get into that part of the business.
Okay. Scott.
Yeah, a couple of quick questions. You had some fairly aggressive compound annual growth projections there, 33% for the next 5 years. How do you see that affecting the distribution of where the revenue comes today? I appreciated the pie chart because that was one of my questions. How much comes from a traditional oil change? How much comes from repair business? How much comes from tire? And the repair business represents a pretty significant portion of your sales in terms of allocation. What do you need to see that pie chart distribution look like in 5 years to achieve those 33% compound annual growth projections?
All right, judges, are we good? All right, great.
Thanks.
So thank you, Eric and Crystal.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, good questions, judges. Good job. So next on stage is Maureen Louise Brazier of Jitterbug Coffee in Lakeport. Come on. Hi.
Hello, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Maureen Louise Brazier. I'm the owner of Jitterbean Coffee Lakeport. Jitterbean's history. Jitterbean Coffee Company is a drive-through Humboldt County, California business started in 1997. Jitterbean Coffee Lakeport is licensed to serve the same products and services that customers have enjoyed for over 26 years in business. Our products. Jitterbean Coffee Company owns and operates a coffee roasting facility in Eureka, California, where our beans are ground every Monday and in our stores by Wednesdays to give you guaranteed fresh tasting beans. Our team. Our team consists of mostly high school and college students, along with moms wanting a part-time job. It is a first-time job opportunity for most of my employees. We take this very seriously, teaching them to work by themselves and with a team. We also give excellent, extensive barista training, where they learn the importance to grind, tamp, and time for the perfect cup of coffee. We also strive on our excellent customer service. Locations. We have 2 locations to serve you. Our South Main location was established in July of 2012. And this is by a very dear friend of mine. I took over this location in 2013. This location is very visible from Highway 29 and 175, right across from the Rotten Rodney gas station. And it is a drive-through only. Our newest location is on North High Street. This location has a beautiful lake view, close to schools, hospital, and a residential neighborhood. This location is a drive-through and a walk-in to give you that true coffee house vibe. Both locations are open 7 days a week. Both locations are open most holidays, such as Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. Both locations operate as a LLC S Corp. Right now, we use local baked goods. We are using Mother Lovin' from the oven. She has delicious cinnamon rolls, and she also has some gluten-free options for my customers. We also shop from 2 other Lakeport businesses, Bruno's Shop Smart and Grocery Outlet in Lakeport. Our competitive edge. Well, we are the only true drive-through in the city of Lakeport. We have our custom roasted beans delivered for us weekly, and we have a specialty called an explosion. That is ice cream and espresso blended perfectly together, such as a caramel explosion. That is caramel, espresso, ice cream, ice blended, topped with our homemade whipping cream, caramel sauce, and a chocolate-covered espresso bean. Alone, we have sold close to 3,000 of these just in the month of September between both locations. We also have a loyalty program. This is a great program. It connects with the customer's credit card, email, or phone number, and they get points towards a free drink. We also have a special board that I give to my employees to take home and create. The one shown here was during Shelter in Place, that we took a widely silly, popular show called The Tiger King and named our drinks after the characters. It was great interaction during that time between the customers and our team. And of course, we have puppuccinos, and you can always find us on social media. So our involvement with our community. Not only I think that I know Jitter Bean has a great product. We give extensive barista training. We have excellent customer service. I am so proud of this involvement with our community. We're proud members of the Lakeport Main Street Association, along with the Lake County Chamber of Commerce. And we do several donations during the year. Pictured here is my Jitter Bean family. It's myself, my daughter, and my granddaughters. And these are various times during Thanksgiving. So during Thanksgiving, I open the shop from 7 to 1 p.m. 100% have gone back into the community for like Tango Mike and the food bank. We have been doing this since 2014. So here we are, here's our growth. We started at 150,000 in sales at South Main, and we're up to 500 in sales. I have a consistent cash flow, and I'm successful during all of COVID. I was able to stay open and keep all my employees working. My new location, so far I have 200,000 in sales from March to August. I would love to increase my sales by 15 to 20% at both locations. I can do this by increasing food selections and offering retail selections. And I can also do this by offering delivery service. And also, these locations, the one on South Main is going to be getting a Tractor Supply and Marshall's right next to that location, which is going to create traffic flow. The one on North High was just a shopping center, and now I have a car wash on one side, a restaurant going in on the other side, and a gymnastics school going in right behind me. So again, my financial goals is this expanded delivery service. This would give 2 more job opportunities at Jitter Bean. And of course, I would love to explore the idea of a North Shore location. No one else has a drive-through over on that side. I think maybe in Clear Lake Oaks, but not in Mason Lucerne. I also would love to improve my location with a new roof on South Main, undercounter the fridge at North High, might improve my turnaround time. Like I said, expand into retail and food options, and create outdoor seating at North High because you've got that beautiful, lovely lake view, along with free Wi-Fi for the customers. Which ends with my story. Have I ever been a barista? I was never in the coffee business. I had a horse boarding business for almost 14 years. A very dear friend of mine started the Jitter Bean in 2012. Unfortunately, she lost her husband within 5 months after it opened. I took over at that time for her, and it became official in 2013. So I'm going to end you with my motto. It's on your way to a better day, because you always are when you stop by Jitter Bean. And I want to say thank you to One Team, One Dream, the judges, all our sponsors here today. Hands up, and congratulations to everybody that's coming up here on the stage today. We're all winners. Thank you.
Well done, Maureen. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll turn to the judges now, see who wants to go with the first follow-up question.
My question is, though, do you own your facilities, or do you have a very high outgoing expense for rent and different, hard
I
assets?
own the building on South Main, and I own all the equipment at both places. I rent the building on North High, but I own the building on South Main.
All right, judges, are we good? We set? All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Pauline. Jittery coffee right here in Lakeport. All right, next I'm going to invite to the stage Mendez, and they own La Chilanguita Mexican restaurant in Clear Lake.
Hello everyone, my name is Denise,
My name's Jesus.
and we are two of the four owners of La Chilanguita Mexican restaurant, alongside with my parents, Galdino and Alicia, who are actually in the audience right now. We are located in one of Clear Lake's prime location on Lakeshore Drive. We're open 6 days a week, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., closed on Wednesdays. In 2019, my husband and I decided that we wanted to open our own bakery. At that same time, my mom also decided she finally wanted to open her own restaurant. She has had this dream since I can remember. She was always the cook for families' big parties like weddings, quinceañeras, anything you name it, she was the one. But I believe what actually pushed her to open her own place was when all of the wildfires started happening in Lake County. On her days off, she would cook big batches of food, and she would go stand outside of Walmart and feed all of those affected by the wildfires. Many of those people actually came back not to only thank her for her food, but tell her how amazing it was, and even asked her if she had her own restaurant. Finding a building in itself in Clear Lake was very difficult. Many of them were not equipped to carry a kitchen, and many others were just way too expensive. This building is very well known. It was a Burger King back in the 1980s, and it has been many other businesses since then. Unfortunately, none of them succeeding for more than a few years. The building was only for sale at that time, but when we went inside, we quickly realized that buying was definitely not the best option. There was all the electrical wires, the copper from the sprinkler system was torn out, there was bats living in there, it was just a complete mess. We negotiated with the owner with the option to lease and buying in 5 years, which thankfully he agreed to. With this contract, he would be responsible of putting the building back in working conditions, and we would only be responsible for any of the extra TLC work and cosmetic work. We thought the remodel would only take a few months, but unfortunately it seems like anytime we would fix one side of the building, a million other issues would come up. And if it didn't rain, it poured, and mold came along with it. We discovered that there was mold growing in the bottom of the windows, all in the front section of the building, which caused us to replace that whole section. And if it wasn't a window, it was the whole plumbing. We hired a plumber that has been in Lake County for over 30 years, and he was actually the one that suggested that we do a full inspection of the plumbing, as according to him, the reason why all of these businesses never succeeded here was because they were constantly having to close their doors down due to plumbing issues. So when we did the inspection, we realized that there was a tree growing all the way from the bathrooms to the kitchen area, which was the issue with the plumbing. And since we were already tearing down the bathrooms, we did a full remodel on them as well. From little people helping us throughout the days, and very, very long nights, to siblings, in-laws, cousins, and friends. Although the struggle felt very lonely, we definitely were not. I remember taking this picture as I was sitting across the street in the parking lot of Adventist Health, feeling so grateful that we didn't give up on this building. We brought back to life a building that had been abandoned for so many years. We saw the potential in it that many other people did not. And finally, on November 27th of 2020, we were able to open our doors to our customers.
This is a picture of what our dining room looks like. As you can see on the right side, that was the section that was replaced 100%.
And this is a most recent picture of our outdoor patio. This was on Mother's Day. We decided to treat our employees to breakfast since we knew we would all be very busy all day.
With pandemic being another struggle we faced after being told to shut all indoor dining only 3 days after our grand opening, we survived by an insane amount of to-orders and outdoor dining. We were making sales of in between $6,000 to $8,000 daily.
So although our backstory is a very important piece in this competition, because as you can see, we have been faced with struggle in almost every way possible, losing money before even making a single dime. We didn't give up. We worked harder, rebuilt, and yes, cried harder too. But this made us feel unstoppable. Our food brought people back, but marketing also played a huge deal. I promoted our business every waking minute. I took menus to schools, job sites, construction sites, hospitals, offering our delivery services.
With inflation happening and restaurants being one of the hardest businesses to own, its unstable sales, our sales did drop dramatically from 5,000 to 6,000 daily from mid-2021 to beginning of 2022.
So to get our name back out there and boost our sales, we started offering catering services, which we've been very successful with till now. These are a few pictures of caterings we have done throughout, and a few others that we have done at Bellhaven Flower Farms.
We have been able to maintain a steady income and have gained more customers by providing these services and events. We've done many caterings for schools, hospitals, and large companies, among others.
Our current sales right now are $91,200 a month, with our expenses being $77,600, giving us a profit margin of 14.91%. We've had the honor of being published by the North Bay Business Journal, the Press Democrat, and the Bloom, not only for our food, but also for our dedication to our community.
We've been able to give back to our local sports like Little Lake Youth Soccer League and Lower Lake football team.
And we were also able to be part of the Rotary's 30th annual Christmas celebration, where we provided over 600 meals to families.
So the real question is, what will we do once we win the $30,000 prize? We currently have a drive-thru that's non-functional, and we've been quoted $26,964.92 to bring it back up and running. This will allow us to expand our kitchen, purchase more equipment to keep up with the drive-thru pace, provide more employment in Lake County, and the best thing is, and the investment should pay itself off as in little as 3 months.
Drive-thru lane increases sales by at least 8% on the low side. Digital signage promotes new menu items and sows the seed for a potential unplanned purchase. It points customers to your best-selling items rather than having them go through your entire menu, which speeds up the number of orders you can process in an hour. We already make and serve a burrito in under 5 minutes, and tacos under 3 minutes. A drive-thru would enhance us.
With drive-thrus skyrocketing over the past year and a half and continuing to grow from April 2020 to August 2020 alone, drive-thru visits have jumped over 45% across all customer segments and today make up over 70% of sales.
Drive-thrus have been a no-brainer for some time. The pandemic has been a singular advertisement for the benefits of such lanes, as those with the drive-thru have recovered lost sales and then some, while non-drive-thru restaurants have been more likely to struggle. As we had said earlier, when we first opened, we were making sales of $6,000 to $8,000 daily, but unfortunately in 2021, they did drop down to $1,500 to $2,500 a day. With our catering services and getting our name back out there, we were able to make $3,800 to $5,600, which is what we make now, and we are very confident that with the drive-thru, our sales will go back up to $7,000 to $8,000. We would be the only restaurant in Lake County with a fully functional drive-thru. Our only competition would be your typical fast food restaurants, so that would give us a big advantage over other small restaurants.
So as you can see, adding a drive-thru will be a worthy investment, bringing in more profit with less overhead, providing our community with more options for quick and convenient food.
We want to thank One Team, One Dream, our sponsors, and our judges. It has been an honor to be here.
Thank you.
I just have to take a minute to compliment really all our presenters for staying within their 10 minutes. You guys are right there. Okay, so now we'll do our follow-up with the judges.
Thank you. I know it's really daunting to be running the restaurant, and I'm really glad you touched on the drive-through because I was wondering, I thought, oh, you're going to be making lots of money with the drive-through, and you said it's not operational. Your sales were 5,000 to 8,000 in 2020, and you want to strive to 5,000 to 8,000 once you get the drive-through open. So then that's flat.
No, 7,000 to 8,000.
So 7,000 to 8,000. So you but your profit margins are 17%. In a healthy restaurant, they should be over 30% because of the changing food prices from your distributors and everything. How would you improve your profit margin if you had the drive-through? And how are you really going to grow 5 years after the drive-throughs opened to more than, or are you topped out at 8,000 a day?
No, definitely we would like to make a lot more. What we have done now and we want to continue doing is we have very good relationships with our vendors, which they have been able to maintain our the cost a little low. So because we buy so much, we do a lot of caterings now. We have got the price that they used to give us a year and a half ago, and I hope that they can continue doing so as long as we keep buying from them. So I feel like if we're successful, then they will continue making us successful as well.
Excuse me, who are your vendors that are making this deal with you?
We have Lepis and Cisco, which both of them have been very good because if one doesn't give us the right price, we negotiate like, hey, like this other vendor is giving us this price, what can you guys do? And sometimes they can't beat the price, so then we go with the vendor that gives us the lowest price. But we have both to do, one of them maybe can't do the meat, a little less expensive, and the other one probably the veggies. So with both of them, we have a very good relationship.
All right, are we set, judges? Moving on. All right, thank you, Denise
you.
and Jesus. At this time, I want to invite to the stage Weston Seaford of the Saw Shop Public House in Kelseyville. All right, let's begin. Timing now.
Good afternoon, my friends. My name is Weston. I'm really excited for the opportunity to be here today. Tell you a little bit about our business, how we do what we do, why we do what we do. So we are the Saw Shop Public House. We're Lanyap Hospitality, LLC, which is a DBA Saw Shop Public House. We opened January 2nd of 20. We're located in beautiful downtown Kelseyville. Very excited to be there. And we're an upscale casual restaurant and bar. We are employee-centric. I tell my team all the time, without each of you, I'm just a crazy guy in the house. So we currently employ 35 full and part-time team members. Our average turnover is 3%. The industry average is like 75%. And we keep our team for about 18 months, which is also really good in our industry. Our leadership team is myself, my beautiful wife, Tara, and Victor Castellan, who is my brother from another mother. He's my executive chef and general manager. So, Lanyap, that's a funny name. For me, it's something that I'm passionate about. Lanyap Hospitality, essentially, it means a gift given by a merchant to a customer. So to me, that's delivering +1 service, something that's unexpected. So a good way to think about it is a baker's dozen, be Lanyap. For us, it's doing something a little extra for our guests and our community. It's doing what's right, doing the best you can, and treating others the way that you want to be treated. So this is the foundation for our mission, vision, and our values. So our mission is to run a great restaurant for the benefit of our guests, our community, and ourselves. Our vision is to create memorable guest experiences, and our values are guest satisfaction, employee development, balance, work-life balance, and profitability. Because we're not profitable, we don't exist. So that's the foundation for kind of where we start. And we opened up, like I said, January of 20. So there's this great quote by Mike Tyson that says, everybody's got a great plan until you get punched in the mouth. For us, March 15th, we went into shelter in place and the whole world kind of shut down. So this is where, for us, when we look at our mission, and it was how do we continue to support our community? We were able to pivot very quickly to takeout dining. We were able to expand outdoor dining opportunities. We focused on family dinners, but it was how can we, in this time, be able to best support our community? The other part where we were able to make lemonade was we were able to keep 80% of our team employed through COVID, which gave us the opportunity, as things started to open up, to be positioned to be able to grow quickly on the other side of COVID. So we really view ourselves as more than a restaurant. I believe that restaurants not only nourish the body, but they nourish the soul. They provide that community gathering place for the community to go to, as well as supporting those around them. So some things that we're really proud of. One is we were the first restaurant in Lake County to be Blue Zones approved. The other part that's very important for me, which is keeping our money local and developing local business relationships. So we've been able to do business with, we've got a great list, Peace and Plenty Farms, Bear Root Farms, which has got an amazing program, Long Valley Farms, Studebakers, Danae's Desserts, multiple Lake County wineries to be able to showcase just the great things that the Lake County Winery Association is doing. Pinella Farms, Scully Farms, so this all keeps our money in the community and moving around. So community is vital for us. It's in our mission statement. We want to be a benefit to our community. And so we do this. One, we give back 1% of our annual revenue back to the community. We do this through our Dine and Donate nights, as well as working with the local schools and sponsoring sports teams, working with local nonprofits. I sit on various high school CTE advisory committees, and then I was just recently nominated for the Workforce Alliance of the North Bay to sit on that board for Lake County. There. So marketing, how we get the word out. So we've got 4 pieces to this. So first is social media, Facebook, Instagram. We currently have 6,000 followers. We reach about 11,000. The next is very important to me, which is 4-wall marketing. That is our branding, and that is our reputation. I spend a lot of time on the floor talking with my guests, and it's always fantastic to hear great feedback. But what's even better is when I get, everything was great as always. And for me, the consistency that we get that message, to me, means that we are consistently executing and delivering on our commitment to our guests to provide them a great dining experience. Organic marketing, so that's Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor, all of those. We currently have 700 reviews, and we're averaging about 4.6 stars on that. And then our last one is our newsletter. We have about 2,000 subscribers currently. We have about a 52% open rate on that, and that's generated about $14,000 in additional revenue. So right now, we're at 3.5 years in. We've been able to get through a pandemic and inflation and all of those things. We've been able to do that by diversifying our revenue streams. So we worked on our events and catering business. We have our new backyard, as well as our sawmill snack wagon concept that we're looking to get open soon. But even through all of these things, we still have a financial need to be able to continue to grow. So currently we are at, we're currently at just under $1.4 million in sales year to date. Our cost of goods, we're running at about 29%. Labor is our big opportunity, and that's because of 3 years of minimum wage increases. We're sitting at about 40% labor year to date. But we have been able to bring down and create about 7% in net operating income. And then currently, we are trending 6% down over last year We are expecting a better fourth quarter than last year, so we expect to end flat or a little up over last year. So the future's bright. We have a lot of exciting things on the horizon. We want to continue to grow and expand our brands. We have the Backyard and the Sawmill Snack Wagon that are really exciting and something new for Lake County. We're looking at growing our different revenue streams. So our dine-in, our DoorDash events, and our Backyard. And so our funding needs, why we're here, one is Lake County is growing. Lake County, the Workforce Alliance of the North Bay did a market survey, and they showed that of the 4 counties we're involved with, Lake County was the only one that had positive growth. And so what that means is as the county grows, so does the need for restaurants, so does the need for quality employment, and we are trying to position ourselves for that growth. So we'll use those funds for capital improvements. We have a roof that needs to be repaired. We're working on a permanent solution for our front patio. We want to continue to invest in our team, and we want to invest in some catering equipment. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Thank you, judges. Thank you, sponsors. This is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther. All right, State. And our judges are gonna ask them follow-up questions, and I will start with Colleen, Scott? Colleen, all right.
If I don't ask it, Scott will ask it first, so. You said that you're looking at, you're anticipating the fourth quarter to be better than it has been so far this year. Can you explain just a little bit what you're doing that you believe is gonna improve your fourth quarter?
Can I back up the slide real quick? So we have a lot of events booked in the fourth quarter for our events and catering. And last year, so is that the laser? So last year, this is our fourth quarter, and we had a huge drop in sales right here. So that's when inflation and gas prices and everything hit. So our sales last year bottomed out. So how we trend, we're expecting to follow this trend and run this flat. So due to our events that we have planned.
All right, judges, are we set? Weston Seaford. Okay, so we are at the point where our fifth presenter is coming forward, Daniel of Tyrell Martial Arts in Middletown. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Dan Terrell, and I am the owner of Terrell Martial Arts. We've been in business in Lake County for the last 17 years. During that time, we survived the 2008 Great Recession, along with the 2015 Valley Fire, in which my home, along with the homes of about half of my clientele, were burned, destroyed. When COVID struck, we closed our Hidden Valley location and pivoted to an online learning format. January of this year, we reopened, this time in Middletown. By June, it was apparent that we were going to run out of space due to the popularity of the program. And I rented the space next door, knocked a hole through the wall, and literally knocked a hole through the wall. And we have 2 matted training areas, basically 2 dojos in one location. We're at 21168 Calistoga Road, right on the highway in Middletown. Right in the center. Couldn't ask for a better location. And we are operating as a sole proprietorship. However, we're going to be switching over to a LLC at the beginning of next year. We have classes for kids ages 4 and up. Our main focus is bully prevention, along with stranger awareness. Kids love our classes because they are fun and exciting. Adults love our programs because we build confidence so they can be successful in schools, along with improving self-discipline so they can achieve what they need to do at home, like clean their rooms. This last month, we started our Partners in Education program. This is a 4-class introductory series at the public schools where we offer our bully prevention along with our character building skills. The 4 classes, there's a nominal fee for the participants, but that's all donated back to the schools. So this last month that we started, we raised almost $4,000 for the local PTOs, parent-teacher organizations. Adults love choices. We have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we have kickboxing, Tai Chi, Wing Chun, traditional karate, self-defense, and weapons classes. I have classes mornings and evenings. I have classes 6 days a week. I have a family hour where parents can get an amazing workout on one mat while the children are learning life skills on the other. Nobody else does this. This is a unique feature. Moving forward, we're going to bring back one thing from our COVID days. We're going to be doing our live streaming classes. This will allow our current clientele the opportunity to train when they're away from the school. And will also allow us to offer our services to those who are immunocompromised and those who are transportation deficient. This all happens with our coaching team. I have 2 full-time instructors and 10 part-time instructors. I also rely heavily on artificial intelligence, AI. We have plans to hire a 3rd team member at the first quarter of next year. We rely heavily on continuing education as well. I am a big proponent of bringing in outside help. I have teamed up with some of the best coaches in the country to do online learning with our coaches. So we're bringing the finest minds to provide the best service to our clientele. As a result, our attrition rate is lower than the national average for martial arts schools. If you know the song at the very top, everybody was, you said no singing, huh? Anyways, that'll be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. You are welcome. I rely heavily on word of mouth and social media. Social media, I use Facebook, Instagram. I use paid and organic advertising. To the left is an example of an ad that we ran in May. I was expecting maybe 4 or 5 people to come in from the school or for the special. We enrolled 45 people in less than a week with this advertisement right here. We also offer an amazing referral rewards program for our coaches as well as our clients. I do business-to-business networking, and our storefront signage gets rotated regularly. We have 5 revenue streams: tuition from active students, enrollments, our upgrades paid in full programs, special events, and private lessons. With retail as well, we have uniforms, pads, we have dojo apparel. All of our dojo apparel is screen printed or embroidered, and we source that locally from former One Team, One Dream, Hands Up winner, Lamb Printing out of Clear Lake. Yes, give them a hand. For our revenue, we have, as of yesterday, we had a milestone. We had a Partners in Education graduation, and we enrolled 17 students yesterday. As of today, we have 200 active students. You can look at the gross revenue, that's one way, and that is an important thing, I do look at that. But active students are the people that are walking in the school every week. And then the second number is our per student value, what they bring every month. And our per student value is $213 per month right now. I have space for 500 students in my facility, and my goal is to have a per student value of $250 a month. Fourth quarter profit and loss. We have, before we even had the keys to our facility, we did $11,000 in pre-sale. Between quarter 1 and quarter 2 is a 50% jump in growth. 55% between quarter 2 and quarter 3. Last month and August, we had $30,000 each month in revenue, and this month is closer to 42. We haven't even hit our holiday sales, our Black Friday sales. My goal for December is a 6-figure December. Projections, if you showed me this Last year, I would have said it's not possible. Back in June, when I knocked the hole through the wall, I realized I was in over my head a little bit, uncharted waters, if you will. And I reached out to an international, or it's a national, but they do it in Canada too, so it's international, I guess. A national organization which mentors martial arts schools. They are martial arts school owners. They are in places like Lake County, similar demographics, similar median incomes. They are 7-figure martial arts schools. So I'm getting one-on-one coaching from these successful martial arts school owners. Right here, I have over here, we intend on buying, I would like to buy the building in which we're at. It would be a good investment. The landlord's really nice, but he's getting a little bit older. It would be good to secure that spot. We have, what do we do with the money if we want? As I stated earlier, coaching and continuing education. For me, as well as my coaches, is very important. There's other programs I would like my coaches to be a part of. I have some equipment that needs to be replaced. One matted area is really top notch. The other is using older equipment. And my third, my dream one, is to buy a lightly used 15-passenger van. There are plenty of single parents who cannot deliver their kids and families where both parents are working and cannot deliver their kids to school. I would like to be able to provide this service where I pick up the kids from school and deliver them to the martial arts studio. That service we don't have in Lake County. On top of that, this would help to insulate us during recessionary times. Because when people tighten their belts, they may not go out to eat as often. They're going to cut out things like dance and martial arts lessons, but where they cannot cut corners is on daycare. So you can send your kids to a traditional daycare, or you can send them to karate care. Thank you. Finally, this is my, I have 3 kids. This is my youngest. Don't let the cute look kind of fool you. She will bite your fingers right off. I have, my oldest gave me, I like to say this one, my oldest gave me my gray hair. My second made my beard gray, and this one's gonna make it all fall out. So, thank you. First of all, I can't see all the way up there, but to my lovely and supportive wife who's up there, for always being here for me. Thank you to the One Team, One Dream organization for putting this all together. It has been a tremendous challenge, and I've learned a lot from it, and I've grown personally from it significantly. Thank you so much to the sponsors for your continuous generosity. This event gets bigger and bigger every year. Without you, we would not have it. And thank you to the judges for giving up your Saturday afternoon to listen to our proposals and speeches. I look forward to hearing any questions you might have. Thank you.
Good job. Stick around here for some questions, and it feels like Saturday, but it's Sunday.
Oh! Yeah. It's a time where my wife and I from here are on vacation. So as soon as we're done here, we're out. So I'm like mentally, I don't know what day it is anymore.
All right, so now we're gonna work through our follow-up questions, and I'm looking to Julie.
Well, thank you. I really appreciated your overview and understood what you were saying, and I really did appreciate you showing all the different revenue streams and your reserves.
Thank you.
That's vital
Thank
if you want to be here in 5 years. And when you say you want to grow in your, I was a little unclear.
Yes.
You have 200 active students, you want to go to 500. Is your physical space available for that?
Absolutely. I don't have a schedule of classes here, but we have classes on both mats. We have 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Because of our class schedule and because we have 2 matted areas, we have a tremendous amount of growth potential. For example, my beginners classes, we call them the Tigers classes for the kids. We'll just use the kids for example. On one mat, we can hold 15 to 20. Right now, we're sitting at about 10 is our average. Our advanced group, because advanced kids are going to listen a lot better than the beginners are, our advanced classes, we can hold 20 to 30 kids on the larger mat. So as we continue to grow, so will our staffing as well. And that's something that we'll adjust. But yes, we're totally capable. We do not have to move. I would prefer not to move. again. We've done that enough times. You know, I had a business at a martial arts school in Napa, 2 different locations at one point, and I also had one in the Lower Lake for a small period of time too. Prefer not to do another build out. It's pretty tiring, so I'd like to be where I'm at.
So what would the business, the building cost, and how would it impact your reserves in 5 years?
I have not, I mean, to talk about buying it. You're talking about purchasing the building? The comps are sort of sketchy, if I can use that word, and sound professional. The corner lot across the street went for $1 million. The other corner lot went for $800,000. This is a center lot. It's got, it's just 2-story. They have apartments upstairs. So we would have the bottom and then the top would be rented out as apartment space. Actually, one of my coaches rents one of the apartments. He has the shortest commute ever. He just walks down the stairs. It's pretty nice. I'm a little jealous, actually. But I would have to say it would be probably closer, somewhere in between the 2 numbers. I'm guessing it's going to be between $800,000 and $900,000. But it depends on Dennis.
And so that would take away the reserves at that point.
It would definitely adjust the reserves. And I don't know what I would prefer to do. And this is part of the reason why I would like to do this now as opposed to when Dennis is passed, is I would like to do like a large percentage down, maybe 50%, 50 to 60% down, and have him carry the loan for the rest. We've been in business with Dennis. My wife had the front end of the shop as a barber shop. That's how I got the lease, because it was really nice. And I said, will you please let me have your space? And we moved her over 2 doors, and that's when I got to knock the hole through the wall. So I'm guessing Dennis would be amenable, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that is, I shouldn't say that when there's a banker in the business.
Oh, okay.
But I actually think that's a good idea for a small business owner.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, judges, are we set? Well, thank you, Daniel, Tyrone.
So first up, if I could ask Alan Flora, City Manager. City of Clear Lake Manager.
Thanks, everyone. I'll be brief. I'll get the chance to share some comments a little bit later, but Vice Mayor Claffey and myself are just incredibly proud to be here and be part of this program, so thank you.
Next up, if I could please ask County Supervisor District 2, Bruno Sabato.
Just want to say, I know on the first year that we did this, there was one thing that was missing, and that was the County of Lake, and I am proud that the County of Lake is now part of that, and I will work my hardest to make sure we continue. This is an amazing program. It needs to continue on.
Next up, if I could invite Kevin Ingram, City Manager for City of Lakeport.
Just thank you to all the participants here. I mean, we've been doing this now for a few years, and it never goes by our notice. It's really tough to get up here and pour your heart out, and I think it's even more tough when that's your life's work that you're online. So a huge congratulations to all the participants, not only this year, but for the 4 years of this program. I was really struck this year by the number of presentations that also had an element of where they're giving a lot back to the community. That didn't go unnoticed, and I mean, I think these small businesses really are the heart and soul. And so a special thank you to the One Team, One Dream folks for making this happen, because you're putting right directly into the community. Thank you.
Now, if I could ask Andrew Pearson of Foods Etc. to join us on the stage. And just a special note, Andrew has served as a past judge.
Oh, Mike serves too. Well, guys, just want to say thank you for the opportunity, obviously, to be up here. One Team, One Dream has been hugely beneficial, I think, for this small town community. For now, what did we say? It's fourth year, right? And so, myself, along with my beautiful wife, Corey's in the audience from Foods Etc., we're really excited to continue to promote this program and really see. I'm humbled to see all the talent in this room today. And like I said, being able to kind of see the growth pattern from the first time we were judging to where you guys are at now. You guys are all stars in my eyes, and I'm really excited to see each and every one of you succeed. So thank you.
So next up, if I can invite Brett Woods to the stage. And for those who don't know, Brett is with Lake County Tribal Health.
I really admire our local entrepreneurs. Your spirit of optimism is exhilarating. Your passion for life is energizing. I think what we have here is a powerful display of human ingenuity, accomplishment, the human spirit, and it's all happening in our backyard, right here in Lake County. Just want to acknowledge a few people. Starting with my wife, Bing. She is one of the hardest working entrepreneurs I've ever met. And started her business career at age 7, selling squash and onions from her local farm, her family farm in the Philippines, to her elementary school teachers. And it just took off from there. I want to acknowledge the board of directors of Lake County Tribal Health, representing 6 local Native American tribes, with a focus of enhancing, transforming healthcare in Lake County. I want to acknowledge our CEO, Ernesto Padilla, who asked me to be here tonight, and about 300 employees and medical contractors here in the county. I also want to acknowledge the organizers, Marianne and Olga. Thank you very much. You have to have an entrepreneurial mindset to present something like this that I think is very, very meaningful. Just very quickly, my admiration for entrepreneurs started very early in life. At age 11, my Uncle Jack gave me an opportunity to work at his shop. He was a chemical engineer working on anodizing for aluminum, turning it into finished products. Age 11, my first job was organizing bolts. It was a greasy, grimy mess, but I didn't care because I was working for a visionary. As far as I was concerned, my Uncle Jack walked on water. He was an entrepreneur in every sense of the word. As a young teenager, he made me the company weekend janitor. One of my biggest assignments was cleaning the company toilet. And I didn't care. I was working for an innovator. Actually, that job was not my favorite. I can still hear Uncle Jack telling me to make sure that toilet bowl was so spotlessly clean, I wouldn't be ashamed to drink out of it. So try getting that image out of your head. A couple of years later, as a teenager, I was able to be an interim shop foreman, to use some metal finishing skills and organization to help transform raw aluminum into finished products. And so to our local entrepreneurs, you are our treasures, you are visionaries, the innovators. You have taken something raw, unfiltered, this cluttered ball of nothingness, and turned it into something beautiful, a real masterpiece. We are proud of all of you. From Lake County Tribal Health, we are proud to be sponsors. Thank you.
Next up, Rita Schmidt is going to accept the gratitude for Kevin Reynolds from Reynolds Systems.
I'm accepting this award in behalf of Kevin Reynolds. I was going to say something, but I'll save it for when I get to speak later. But what I wanted to say first is I have to say thank you, Mary Ann Schmidt, Olga, for all the One Team, One Dream. 4 years ago, this was something that was just in the mind, that when I think about abundance, this is what abundance is, when you give back to the community. Thank you to everyone.
If I can ask Kim Bradley from Community First Union, please.
Thank you all for coming today, and we are proud Community First Credit Union has been on board with Olga and Mary Ann since the inception of this wonderful contest. All of the entrepreneurs over the years have been amazing, as we've already heard spoken already, but congratulations to all of the contestants and finalists today. I don't know who I'd pick, but good luck.
It's Misty Cantrell with us from Adventist Health Clear Lake.
I'm honored to accept this on behalf of Adventist Health and Colleen Asua-Pisakun, who's one of our judges, so she wasn't able to come up and accept this, and we are very proud to be participants in supporting such a great event and support of Lake County.
Rita and Roxanne from Olympics team. Please go ahead.
So 4 years ago, when One Team, One Dream started, we were not participants, but we were here. We drove up. First of all, we live in San Francisco. And then when we heard everyone participating, everyone said, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from somewhere. And then guess what? We're definitely from San Francisco, in the Mission to be exact. And we said, what are we doing here? We should be part of the community. So we also did purchase a home, and we decided to stay here. And we said, if everyone from all over the Bay Area would come over and say, we want to live in Lake County, we should, and then I remember Mama saying, we need to give back to the community. And we heard everyone, we were inspired by all the participants. By the way, thank you to all the participants, because I feel that Lake County is a very beautiful community, because right now it speaks of itself, how everyone supports everyone. And to everyone here living in Lake County, we're proud to be part of the community. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Ben Gunther. Ben is a former contestant, and of course here with us today, helping and representing and accepting this acknowledgement for the Tallman Hotel in Blue Wing.
On behalf of Lynn and Bernie Butcher, I just wanted to thank everyone at the One Team and One Dream team, and Marianne and Olga, and I hope it continues for many years after this. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to invite Vice Chair Michael Marks from Habermetal.
Michael had to leave earlier, so he asked me, EJ Crandall, to read this letter for him from the tribe. First off, thank you, Marianne, Olga, Monica, all the contestants for all the work you've done and continue doing, because I see a lot of you here and still thriving in the county. And Mr. Marks, or Vice Chair Marks, would like to say, Chairwoman Treva would like to apologize for her not being able to be here today as she has a scheduling conflict. Secondly, the tribe is proud to be a sponsor of this event. One team, one dream encapsulates a powerful philosophy that transcends individual efforts, echoing the essence of unity, shared purpose. In every successful endeavor, be it in the workplace, in the field, or within the community, the strength lies in collaboration. When individuals unite under a common vision, barriers dissolve and synergy emerges. In this spirit, each member's unique strength contributes to a collective force that propels us towards our shared dream. It is a reminder that success is not an individual triumph, but a collective achievement born from cooperation, support, and relentless pursuit of a common goal. So let us embrace the mantra of one team, one dream as a guiding principle in our endeavors, understanding that together we can overcome challenges, reach new heights, and turn our shared aspirations into reality. Thank you to everyone involved. On behalf of the tribe.
Okay, next up, if I can ask Steve Russell to join us on stage.
So I'm definitely not one for speeches, but I just want to thank everybody. I've worked with small businesses for over a decade doing banking, and I definitely have a passion for them. So it's awesome to see all these people up here with their passion, showing it in front of everybody, and this organization for giving them the opportunity. So thank you.
Geraldo Martinez of Schmidt Martinez Real Estate.
I am Gerardo Martinez and I live in Southern California. This is mine and my wife's third year attending the Gala. We were introduced to Lake County by the Schmidts when they invited us to stay at the lodge. The Schmidts showed us around town and we fell in love with the county. We liked it so much that we decided this was a perfect place for us to invest in. I think Lake County is a hidden gem with lots of potential and opportunities. I would also like to take this time to publicly thank Peter and thank Marianne for your mentorship, guidance, and friendship. I admire both of your strong work ethic and look forward to what the future holds for us. Thank you again.
Jim Steele, please join us on stage. Olga and Jim Steele, as you know, Olga's one of the founders, the co-founder, and they've been supportive of this event, this program since its inception. And I'm sure that Jim gives a lot.
You know, Olga and I belong to or have something to do with 5 or 6 nonprofits here in Lake County. And you may not realize that there's about 400 not-for-profits in Lake County. And they do the work that a lot of people can't, because you have to have some kind of an organization behind you. And you can't get anything done unless you have a strong economy. You can't have a strong economy unless you have a government that backs a good economy. And you can't really do anything without the businesses giving back. This particular event really takes hundreds of hours of work that you don't realize is in the background in order to make it happen. And I would acknowledge these 2 women for their wonderful participation in not only founding it, but making sure that it runs like it does. And so from my standpoint, I like to have the time back, but and go on vacation. But my wife says no, she has to make this work. So for them, I really want to acknowledge what they've done as a not-for-profit. It's something that government can't do. And I think we all realize that. So thank you very much for both of you.
So is there a representative here from the Demco group of companies? Rita will accept.
Jack and
Yes, it's my honor to accept this on behalf of Danco. Unfortunately, the representative could not be here today, but at this time we'd like to express our sincerest gratitude, not only for the sponsorship of this event, but also for their continued contributions and commitment to our community. Thank you.
Skylark Shores and Resort.
I just want to thank these two amazing ladies for doing all this, making it all happen. And thank you for everybody for attending and all the contestants. Thanks.
Now I will ask Ben Alexander, a One Team, One Dream board member, to come on stage to present the trophy to Peter and Mary Ann Schmidt.
I gotta give a big thank you to our judges. They were amazing. They're very savvy, they know their business, and I think appropriately really challenged our competitors, and it's only gonna make them grow, I know it. Thank each and every one of you. So I'm going to start with the startups. So I'm going to call third prize winner, which is a $5,000 cash boost for their business. I'm going to call to the stage Cinnamon Van Wine. And joining me on stage to present this award is Scott Johnson, our judge, President, Community First Okay, next I want to invite to the stage Linda Steely. And I want to invite Colleen Asababiskun. I love that name, I just don't pronounce it very well. And I also would like to invite to the stage Rita. Rita Schmidt, are we still with Rita on representing rental systems? Did I get that right? Your hand. Need a drum roll before we go to number one, please. Our number one winner and a cash prize of $12,000. Busy Bees Preschool. Congratulations. And Rita and Roxana are going to present. And their Olympics team. There you go. That's Rita and Roxana. We're now moving on to our established businesses. Drum roll for our fifth place winner, $6,000. The Saw Shop Public House. And I also want to invite to the stage Supervisor Michael Green. Are you here? Unless you guys switched it up, is District 4 Supervisor, County Supervisor. And I want to also invite to the stage Vice Chair Michael Marks of the Habimital Pomo of Upper Lake. He was here, Michael Marks was here earlier, and we appreciate their sponsorship. I want to invite to the stage Denise Herrera, Jesus Mendez of La Chilanguita Mexican Restaurant. Their cash award of $12,000, and I also want to invite Brett Woods and David Santos, Lake County Tribal Health Consortium, to join us on stage to make presentations. Time, because we're going to bring up our third prize winner. Eric and Crystal Perkheiser, Eric's Oil Change Repairs. I'd like to invite Andrew Pearson to the stage to help make that presentation, and Roxana Melgarejo. Did I get that right? To come up on behalf of Rental Systems. Smile. I'd like to invite to the stage Maureen Louise Brazier. Who is taking home $24,000 today. And I'd like to invite to the stage to help make the presentation Supervisor E.J. Crandall, or is it Bruno Sabatier? Oh, it's Bruno, okay. Bruno Sabatier, District 2 Supervisor. And City Manager Kevin Ingram of Lakeport City. And Mayor Stacy Matina. Okay. All right, now this has got to be like the biggest drum roll you can belt out. Daniel Tyrell We'd like to invite City Manager Alan Flora, Clear Lake City Manager, and bring it up David Hockey, Council Member, and Marianne Schmidt, our own Marianne Schmidt. We have one more cash award to present. Some of you may not know that we have an online fan favorite voting opportunity. So this allows all the contestants that you saw here today to reach out to their families, their friends, and invite them to vote for them. We call that the Fan Favorite Award. So that's how we involve the whole community. I want to drum roll. And the $1,000 check goes to Marianne. I think I know, but I better be sure. Dan Tyrell. Dan Tyrell. Get back up here. To the stage, our own board member Ben Alexander to present the check. Our number one motivator, supporter, promoter, who believed in us from day one and continues to support this cool idea that Marianne had and that we all jumped on board to support. Alan Flora, City Manager.
Thanks, good afternoon, everyone. Since Marianne and Olga approached me 4 years ago about sponsoring the small business competition, the City of Clear Lake has been a support. Every year we see more and more businesses with the energy, potential to grow and thrive in our rural communities. And every year I grow even stronger in my conviction that this program is worth our investment. Don't you agree that businesses on today's stage are outstanding examples of the muscle it takes to make it in our small town and rural economy? As I watched each contestant, I was thinking how tough it would be to sit at the judges' table. Thank you, Colleen, Julie, and Scott for taking on this challenge. A question I'm sometimes asked is, how are the businesses that have been through the competition doing now? I answer this way. 90% of the businesses that went through the training competition are still in business today. I want to highlight that statistic. On average, across the United States, 30% of business startups do not last 2 years. 50% do not last 5 years. Again, 90% of the businesses that went through the One Dream training competition are still in business today. Many of you are here in the theater today. I'd like to ask each of you that benefited from the program to please stand up. I know there are several more that must have to leave, but thanks for giving them a round of applause. Now, I'd like to ask the first place winners from the 2020 competition to stand up again. Nick and Myra. You might recall 2020 as the pandemic year when Team One Dream kicked off the competition. I can't pass this opportunity to congratulate them on their continued success and growth in the Clear Lake market. Their most important accomplishment, of course, they're twins. It warms my heart, makes me proud of their grit when I walk into their shop and see one of the kids strapped to Nick as he gives them a front row seat to screen print. Let's give them an extra round of applause. Nick and Myra are a great example of how business techniques can be used to overcome the inevitable blows that come in any business. They started their screen print in a garage, sold their car to buy essential equipment, and 3 months after finally opening their storefront, they got hit with the pandemic. They pivoted to new opportunities and survived the pandemic, and look at where they are now. A growing family business in Clear Lake providing custom printed products and great service, including prize bags to the judges today. So thanks so much. I'm proud of you. As inaugural sponsors of the Hands Up Lake County 2023 Small Business Competition, I'm proud of our city council, and all the great small businesses that are helping our economy grow countywide. As I always do, I want to thank and encourage all the sponsors here today to keep supporting this one-of-a-kind program that's really making a difference. I want to leave you with two last thoughts. First, as a board member, I want to remind business owners that you can get free support from the Lake County Economic Development Corporation all year long.
Yes.
And second, remember the value of seizing on new ideas that seek to improve our communities. So when Marianne and Olga come knocking on your doors, and they soon will, remember that your sponsorship helps achieve a common goal: to help build sustainable jobs and improve our rural economies, a few small businesses at a time. Not only do they do this as volunteers, but as you saw earlier, they all directly invest in the program as well. Thank you all. I'm looking forward to 2024.
Okay, at this time, I want to thank and welcome to the stage our judges. Julie Golden. Scott Johnson. And Colleen Asawabi. And we just have a little thank you. Julie, thank you. Scott.
Good afternoon and congratulations to all our winners. Thank you to our sponsors, judges, and everyone who are here today supporting the economic vitality of Lake County. For One Team, One Dream, our gala and final competition is the culmination of our year-long work of finding the outstanding small business owners in the community, the backbone of our economy. We launched this competition, as you all heard today, in 2020 when the world shut down. Olga and I took the leap of faith to start a business competition in Lake County. But never in our wildest dreams did we think we will be awarding $120,000 on our fourth year. As Alan mentioned, since 2020, and in his closing remarks, he always encouraged the community to support One Team, One Dream. And his call to action has always been successfully heeded. Every year, we've increased our prize money due to the generous support of our current and new sponsors. We give our deepest thank you to our consistently dependable and generous sponsors: City of Clear Lake, County of Lake, City of Lakeport, Foods, etc., Lake County Tribal Health, Reynolds Systems, Community First Credit Union, Rita and Roxana, Savings Bank of Mendocino County, Golden Vineyards, and warmly welcome our new sponsors. Adventist Health, thank you, Colleen, for your generosity and your time to judge today. Olympics team, Rita and Roxana's new company focused on real estate investments in Lake County. Thank you to both of you. Schmidt Martinez Real Estate, thank you Gerardo and SP for flying all the way from Orange County to be with us every year. Priya Diaz, my good friend, thank you for supporting us. Danko from Arcata, thank you to Chris Dart for believing in our mission. My friends, Valerie Rodriguez, Ronan Gaudario, and Luis Sanchez for supporting our mission. Ben Gunter, our 2022 winner, thank you Ben for your support and for assisting us today. Dr. Debbie Sally, thank you to you and Ken. Success is having the support and trust of people. Olga and I are sometimes asked how long we will be doing One Team, One Dream. Right, Olga?
We are asked that all the time.
Okay. And what do we say?
As long as we can walk and talk and stand and yeah.
We will continue with One Team, One Dream. And I hope that Jim and Peter heard this today. Okay, that's it. And I would like to call my production team. First of all, Michael, can you come over? Would like to thank you. Michael, the boss.
Michael Adams. Yeah.
Congratulations to all of this year's participants in the Hands Up Lake County Business Competition. Thanks to the founders, Marianne Schmid and Olga Martin Steele, for your work to support local businesses and to work hard with seniors, women, and girls. After the Mendocino Complex fire, Marianne and Olga formed One Team, One Dream to support local small businesses and help our economy recover. Now, through this foundation, they're continuing their work of supporting our local economy by holding a competition for small businesses of all kinds to compete for grants that will help them grow and further contribute to our great local economy. We know that every small business contributes to our economy, to jobs, tourism, and economic revenue. I've always believed that small businesses are the backbone of our community and our country. And this competition provides each business who is participating an opportunity to receive a grant that will further sustain their efforts. This competition continues to grow as small businesses are poised to compete for $120,000. That's more than $25,000 from last year. With this funding ready to support local businesses, this competition encourages the best of the best, and I'm proud of our community for coming together to support this incredible organization. I'm honored to participate for a third year in a row to recognize Lake County small business owners. Again, thank you, Marianne and Olga, for your great work to support our small businesses. And I look forward to our continued partnership to ensure that our local economy benefits every Lake County business. Thank you all.
For my patience. So you stay here and I'll call the rest. Jeremiah, can you come over? Jeremiah French, lighting director. Randy, our sound director. Cassidy, our projectionist. Lorianne Martin, our photographer. Roy Clifton, videographer. Jackie Soares and Rodney, come on over. And our One Team, One Dream winners in 2021, Jennifer Gaida for helping me with a stage production. Anna Silvia, where's Anna? She always helped me with our backdrop, including her two. Annie, come over. Including her two daughters, Brisbane and Angeline. Lisa Wilson. Lisa, where are you? And our 2022 winners, Belinda Price, Bailey Grove, Curtis, Nicole. Nicole, can you come over? Ben Gunter, Ben. And Curtis Cook.
rest of the audience.
We'll have to judge the policy first.
And Julie Kelly. Julie, where are you? Okay.